locked into You Are Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.
Yeah, they need some real brothers critiquing the movie.
Yeah, giving up the real shit.
Right, man. You dig?
Real brothers.
Yo. Back.
My goodness.
We're back. Welcome to Two Urban Guys That Do Movies, episode 12. 1, 2. Yeah. So, you know what we do? We reviewing movies with an urban twist.
That's right.
And, you know, this week we've got some interesting movies, some interesting choices. One of them is a black starring black led movie. You kind of get what I'm saying? Yeah,
Black who?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Black people's in it. Yeah,
Black people
There's
too.
niggas in it. Basically, one of them, and in the urban classic, obviously, because it's an urban classic. And then we got another one which has a lot of references to nigger, but we will get into that later.
So, who are you?
I am Enigma. You are?
I'm Kwame Music. Mr.
Yeah.
Music if you're nasty. What's really good?
Music if you're nasty.
Do you know I don't even really go by Kwame Music anymore? I kind of I kind of stopped the music. I just kind of just
dead it then.
Yeah,
live on air now. You're dead.
yeah. I'm kind of dead in the music only because it's like that's not only what I do now.
You do a lot of things, man.
Yeah, not just music. But yeah,
You can't be doing that. All right.
but anyway,
So, I mean, the first film we're gonna get into is a film which dropped recently in cinemas. Hopefully, you got the chance to see it. It's a sequel to a big movie, and it is the movie called Ride Along to.
Ride along to what? To shit.
Oh no, not
Ride
yet.
along to
How did you feel
doo-doo.
about the original title, which was going to be Ride Together?
That's some corny ass shit.
It sounds gay. It sounds like
so
a gay porn.
gay. It actually does sound like a gay porn.
Gay porn. Now, so
Starring Kevin Hard. Not Hart,
God.
Kevin Hard. And Ice Pick.
I was going to say Ice Lube.
Ice Lube! Yes, there you go, that's better. Ice Lube.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so let's get into it. Can you give a little synopsis of what the Ride Along 2 movie is about?
Okay, right. Ride Along 2. The Ride Along 2 sequel picks up about a year after our heroes' last adventure.
Hero is a bit of an over-exaggeration, but anyway.
Why would you even call them
Heroes?
Why? How are they heroes? What the hell did
What
they
did
say?
do?
Shit. Our heroes plans for a quick trip to Miami go bad. With the wedding upcoming, James reluctantly takes Ben with him to Miami to follow up on a lead connected to a drug ring case he's been trying to crack.
With Ben's wedding upcoming, I think they forgot to add that because it just says with the wedding.
Oh
upcoming.
Okay.
Like
See,
Ben
my
is
bad.
Kevin Hart is getting married.
Yeah, and he's Ben. What do they call him, Ben? I think that's a weird
Terrible name for a black man.
Go on, talk. In Miami, they meet Maya, a no BS homicide cop. Why just homicide?
Who wrote this synopsis?
Who
They
lets
were on
them
a time
know?
limit, man. They were just missing out words. Yeah,
You
go
know,
ahead.
who lets them know Miami is her turf. They also encounter AJ, a shady, cocky computer hacker who reveals evidence that implicates a well-respected local businessman, the wealthy Antonio Pope, who harbors a vicious streak and rules South Florida's drug trade. If Ben and James, the weirdest writers' names, if Ben and James can convince the authorities that Pope is a brutal crime boss, they'll stop his spree. If they fail, well, there may not be a wedding after all. This is a terrible
One of the
bloody
worst synopsises
I hate this.
I've ever
God, why would you
seen.
if they fail? Well, there may not be a wedding after all. Don't try and jazz it up at the end.
Don't try
yeah?
and jazz it up at the end.
You'll whack our synopsis.
Okay,
Anyway.
so Ride Along 2. What was your initial impressions? As we said before in the podcast, I have no idea what he's going to say next.
Okay.
I have no idea how you feel about Ride Along. I don't know how you felt once you finished this movie. Could you tell me how you felt?
I'm not really a fan.
Oh,
It's like, again, it's like, okay, it's nothing special. And it's literally like, oh man.
Meh.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
Hashtag meh.
This, for me, this film wasn't even made for black people. It wasn't made for black consumption.
I know
It was
it wasn't.
a film with a funny black man for white people.
Mm.
Because the humor's corny.
Very corny.
And Kevin Hart is mad annoying.
Mad annoying.
I can't stand his acting in this. I don't
I'm
like
not
it.
okay. I'm not okay. I'll stay on record. I'm a Kevin Hart fan. I like his stand-ups. I like his
I'm a Kevin
movies.
Hart fan.
I'm a big Kevin Hart fan.
I like half of his stand-ups.
I like the majority of his stand-ups. And I know, as we've alluded to before, the fact that he done Real Husbands of Hollywood kind of messed up his whole sketch, his whole thing.
Do you know what? That is a very, very true point.
Messed it up.
Because if he never did,
It would have been fine.
he could have made because you got to think here. He did what? How many episodes in season 1 and 2? It's about 10, 12
Yeah, about
episodes,
10,
right?
yeah.
If he did 10 episodes of season 2 Real Husbands, yeah? Because to be honest, season 1 was good and he should have just left it at season 1 and left it alone. We would have been fine with that.
Yeah, of course.
Then he did season 2. Now, season 2 was 10 episodes. That's 20 minutes an episode. To me, that's a movie. If he had done Real Husbands, the movie, and left it at that, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, good point.
But
Good
he
point.
did a series, which means we saw too much of you playing
Way
the
too
same
much, the same character.
which is what you've taken into your films
Exactly.
now. Which is why we're getting sick of this same character.
Sketch, the same.
You know, I'm small, I'm shorter than everybody, I'm upset. It's like, no, I don't like it, bruv. It's enough.
The
Enough
barking.
is enough. It's too much.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin Hart, like I said, I'm a fan. It's just this whole, I'm short and I'm inadequate, but I can fight. I'm funny and I'm going to scream when things go wrong, and my physical comedy sometimes works. It just isn't, it just wasn't, it just really wasn't the one for me on this. I'm not going to lie.
It's like Luther Vandross's curl. It just never
Just
quite,
did it
just
right.
doesn't quite curl.
And for me, I'm gonna just pick out a scene which for me epitomizes why I feel Kevin Hart isn't good in this role and isn't doing well in his Hollywood career. Once again, I'm a Kevin Hart fan. I just got to say, you see the scene when they go to the party and he's pretending to be like an African dignitary or something like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny?
What?
This was the one scene I was going to say I actually found funny.
Are you serious?
Probably the only scene that I actually liked.
Well, this is my thing. Him doing the accent showed me you can't do
No, you're right.
anything else
And it
than what
wasn't
you're
the
doing.
accent.
You're
right.
gonna get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You cannot do anything else. You even when Chris Tucker, this is what I'm saying. Chris Tucker plays Chris Tucker the same in every single movie. However, he's able to bring a different side to Chris Tucker.
Yes.
He's able to do an accent well. He's able to do pretending to be someone well. Kevin Hart can't do that.
Yeah, you're right.
That one scene showed me that
You're
he
right,
can't
he
do
can't do that.
Chris Tucker can do that in every single role that he tries, that he does. Kevin Hart cannot. He plays himself in every single film, but there's no variation.
None. Bruv, like, that scene, and here's the thing. It wasn't the accent or anything that he did. It was, the dialogue for me was funny.
Okay.
And the physical comedy was funny.
The slap was funny.
That killed me. That was hilarious.
that's
And
funny.
I thought like even what he said was quite fun. Like, you know, like when he said I can't feel my face and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I liked that scene, but that was it.
That was it.
And that was because he wasn't playing the same Ben character. He was Ben trying to be someone else. And like that for me was the only time he stood out in that film for me. Every other part of the film
And that
annoyed
was the
me.
scene when I felt he fell apart.
Yeah, imagine.
So this is what I'm saying. I mean, I'm gonna agree with you. It was a meh film. I was watching it and looking around. I'll be honest with you, watching it on the train. You know, when you start looking outside the window,
Oh God, yeah.
and you're just listening to the dialogue. That's when you know this isn't really catching my attention.
Well, that's why I had to watch it twice. I had to watch it
See,
twice.
there you go. Yeah, I don't blame you because I watched it. It was meh. Nothing really happened. Look, there were some good points. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. It was actually a bit better than I thought it could have been, but it was also below expectation. If you kind of go on saying, it was like it wasn't a total disaster, but it was almost like the level that you was at and Ride Along. I'm not saying Ride Along was a classic, but it was a funny movie, but it was a one-shot deal. If you kind of go on
But
saying,
see, here's a problem because Ride Along should have been a standalone film.
Yeah, it should have been.
Stop making sequels just because they do well at the box office.
Well,
Some
yeah.
films don't warrant a sequel. Some
Yeah.
films just warrant another idea from the same people.
exactly.
This idea, okay, yeah, you probably think, oh yeah, we can make 5 more ride-alongs. But how about it wasn't that great in the first place?
Yeah,
It was just a one. And the worst part is, this one did well.
It's done well, but it's not done as well as the last one because the budget was double. It's 40 million on this one, and it's grossed about the same money, and the last one was 25 million. So it still ain't done great.
Yeah.
But it's broken 100 million and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So it's done to a certain extent. But this is what I'm saying. I think that's just on the fact that it was a sequel, but there's nothing to do with the quality of the movie. No. And Ride Along 1, let's all be honest with ourselves. You watched it and you enjoyed it maybe the first time, maybe the second, but it's not a movie you draw for. No one can tell me they draw for Ride Along on a regular basis.
Watched it once.
See, that's mine, and
that was
I'm
in the
the honest
cinema.
truth. That's the honest truth. Yeah, I've watched it once as well. Watched it once, and it's like you watch it once. Okay, I've seen it now. Great. When it came to Ride Along 2, there were large parts in the movie when I was like, we didn't need this, you know, bro.
Can I tell you the biggest part that we didn't need?
Go ahead.
Tyrese's cameo. Fuck off, yeah. Fuck off, Tyrese, yeah. Hey, fuck off, yeah. Go back to fucking Fast and Furious 2, yeah. Because it annoyed me because it was no. Let me just explain something to you, yeah. I'm a massive Tyrese fan, yeah, and I hated the fact that they used him in this film almost because it was almost like an ode to Paul Walker because it was a Fast and Furious scene.
It was.
That's what it was. It was like a wannabe Fast and Furious scene.
Yeah.
And I thought it was corny because it wasn't even good enough to be an ode to him. And it was the fact that they tried to delay the revelation of his partner being Tyrese. And it didn't even come off. It went off about a hitch. It was corny. It was shit.
You know, in the cinema, it was on the lowest. One man said something. One girl said, yeah. And then that's it. No one didn't care. No one cared. So
no, bro. No.
Yeah. That was pretty
I
bad.
hated it. It was corny.
Speaking of corny, how did you feel about the computer games graphic scene when he was driving and it was turning into computer graphics?
This wasn't made for us. It was made for white people. This film is bruv, this is a PG-13, right?
Yeah, of course, fam.
That's my point.
This
is made for family consumption.
Just
this
in case
was made for like, bruv, this was made for, let's all go see Ride Along. Let's go see Ride Along. Let's go see that new Kevin Hart movie. Can you hear how I sound when I'm saying this? There's no bass in my voice.
You know that Kevin Hart.
You know Kevin Hart. Yeah, the one that came to O2. Art. Yes.
You know Kevin Hart.
You know the one we went to go watch him in stand up. He's funny, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like a black Peter Kay. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, that's honestly how I think they see Kevin Hart. The non-threatening Negro. The non-threatening midget Negro.
Oh man.
He's short and funny.
Wow.
Not because it was an exceptionally good film, because he's Kevin Hart. And that's the thing. And I even say that, and you might hate me for saying this, that's probably even the reason why I think his new arena tour in the stadium was going to do so well. Not because he's a great stand-up, but because he's a movie star that's going to be on stage that you can go and see. Yeah. If Tom Cruise was going to do it, he'd probably sell out a stadium. And he's
jumping
on
the couch. You just jumping
on the couch.
Jumping up and down.
Fuck your couch. No, but that's my point. And that's the reason why I'm saying is like, for me, like, I would honestly say, more than 50% of Kevin Hart's fans don't rate him. Sorry, only 50% of Kevin Hart's fans don't rate him as like top 3 best comedians of all time. And to me, that's a problem because right now he is looked upon as the biggest comedian right now, and he's not that funny. He's funny, but he's not that funny. Let's look at the trailer for What Now? The trailer doesn't show one joke. It just shows a lot of people in a stadium. Keep saying stadium, as in so much people, massive, big tour, world's biggest comedy tour of all time. And he's just him shouting. I'm like, what kind of stupid... he should be embarrassed. For any comedian, he should be embarrassed. He should look back. No, just for the artwork. For the
trailer, yeah. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's on YouTube.
Terrible. I'm disappointed in him.
It's not that great.
Especially from where he started, bruv. Because his stand-ups are great.
Great. First ones.
And, bruv, real talk, yeah, I actually preferred his performance in Get Hard than this. I thought Get Hard was funnier than this.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you on that. Totally agree. He was much funnier on that.
Much funnier.
This is what I'm saying. Kevin Hart, he does have a career, but you need to choose the right films now, bruv. You can't keep doing Kevin Hart.
Yes.
You can't. You just can't. You have to switch up a bit.
Yeah.
As I said, Chris Tucker is Chris Tucker in every movie. However, he brings a different type of shade to it.
Yeah.
Money Talks is different to the character,
completely different
to Carter and Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Rush Hour. Completely different, bruv. That's what I'm saying. Smokey is completely different to them two characters.
Exactly.
But it's still all Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker, though.
Kevin Hart just needs to watch a bit of that and start bringing that into his roles because he's not bringing it.
Blatant.
How did you feel about Ice Cube?
It's weird because like we've talked about this before. Ice Cube isn't the best actor,
Yeah.
but I just like him. I don't know why I've always liked him.
Didn't you think he wore sunglasses too much in this film? 'Cause
Yeah,
you didn't
actually,
see his
that's
reactions
a
lot.
true point.
You really couldn't see his eyes. In
I
the
think they
vast
did that on
majority of this
purpose,
film.
though. I think they did that on purpose because he's supposed to have such a hard edge.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to see the emotion from him. That's why you don't see the emotion from him until the last scene.
Well,
I think it was done intentionally.
I thought it was a bad mistake then.
You think
I
so?
thought it was a mistake by Tim Story.
Hilarious.
He's the director.
I
Thought it was bad.
almost understand it because he's supposed to have the hard edge. It's almost like we're not supposed to see he's supposed to be a hard ass cop, which is the way why he acts.
The thing is, when this is what I'm saying. Watch the film, and people, if you ain't watched the film, when you watch the film and the scenes with Ice Cube, imagine him sometimes without the sunglasses, because there are scenes like in the party where he doesn't have his sunglasses on, and Ice Cube has got good comedic reactions with his eyes and how he looks at you. I actually think they wasted a lot of comedic value by him having his sunglasses. It's a small thing, but you watch the scenes without his sunglasses on and watch the reactions and the looks that he gives at Kevin Hart. Sometimes it works better than just seeing a blank sunglasses all the whole fucking time. And also, how are we supposed to believe that Olivia Munn, nice ass Olivia Munn, would like Ice Cube? So he couldn't draw that, blood. He could not draw that.
He could.
Fam, he couldn't draw that.
Personality-wise, I
No,
tell you why.
he couldn't draw that.
Personality-wise,
because they're both like no BS.
yes.
They both don't care. They're both hard cops on the edge of the law. They both are troublemakers.
Fuck all that shit, fam.
For that reason alone.
Nah, fam, it's not. So what? She's going to choose the slightly chunky nigga that's coming from Atlanta or wherever he's coming. She got a pure man in Miami. Pure man that she could draw for.
Yeah, but them
Ice Cube,
like black man,
Ice Cube ain't getting no Oscar, like I said before, and Ice Cube ain't getting no Olivia Munn.
You don't need no Oscar. Fuck an Oscar.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Olivia, he got his BET awards.
But I think he could. I think in terms of the characters, yeah, I do.
You think he could draw her?
Yeah, because
please.
she's not a prissy. Her character wasn't a prissy woman. She wasn't the sort of woman that's
Did they not look weird at the end scene when they were together? Did they not look weird? Did it not look like he was her bodyguard?
Okay, you know what?
It looked like he was her bodyguard, not her man.
In terms of casting, you're probably right then.
Thank you.
In terms of casting, you're
you.
right. But in terms of character, no, I agree. I think they could.
I don't think we could draw that.
But you're right. And it's weird that they chose Olivia Munn because she's a brilliant actress, but she's a very, very good comedic actress. They didn't use her
At all.
She wasn't funny in this film.
Nah, she wasn't.
And I've seen some of her shit. She used to be in a sitcom called Perfect Couples.
Yeah.
She was the reason I watched it.
Funny.
Because she was hilarious. She didn't get no comedic time on the screen.
They gave it all to Ken. What was it? Jong? Was it Ken?
No, but let's be honest. He kind of saves this film.
He
Without
saved
him, this film would have been completely
He saved this film. I agree with you. There's some parts when he's
Fucking
funny.
hilarious.
You see the part when him and Ben are in the back and they're saying like saying these Ice Cube's names and blah blah blah. That part is joke. He is one of the redeeming features of this.
Definitely.
He is kind of funny in this still. I haven't seen him in anything.
You see the part when Kevin Hart gets chased by the crocodile, yeah? Sorry, drop the ball on that one. that killed me. Ken Jeong is fucking funny.
He's funny. His scenes are funny.
He's good.
Seems like he does do a bit of ad-lib shit in there, so I reckon he's kind of got that down.
Boy! And he doesn't want to say because he's black. That scene was funny.
He's a funny dude. The one scene that I thought was hilarious, and I took it back a few times, was when he was trying to get information out of the girl, and he was showing her what ringtone that the Chinese guy. That
was very well done.
That was
quite
good,
impressed
Kevin
with
Hart.
that.
That was good, Kevin Hart.
I was impressed with that scene.
There's a scene when he's explaining to her what ringtone someone has for her. If you haven't seen it,
I'm
and
not
it's
gonna
funny,
lie,
it's funny. That's
that.
good, Kevin Hart.
I pictured that in the cinema when people watch that.
That would have been joke.
And like when you hear the basic ringtone for her, I can imagine everybody busting up because I think everyone can relate to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That was a good comedy.
That was good.
So I mean,
well written.
like I'm saying, there's good aspects of it. Benjamin Bratt, how did you feel about him?
I like him. He's a good actor.
And why is he a little bit skinny though, fam?
Yeah, but you know what it is with Benjamin Bratt? He's older than you think.
He is.
He's been acting for a long
real. He's
time.
in Demolition Man, and he was middle-aged in Demolition Man.
3,
yeah, for real. So he's older than we think. Yeah, big man.
Yeah,
he's a big man. Sorry, I'm talking about. Yeah.
But two things I want to touch on before we wrap up on this. Yeah.
Go on.
One thing about Kevin Hart's performance. Yeah, I hated it. It's annoying, but I related it back to The Wedding Ringer. That's his best acting performance ever.
100%.
All because he wasn't trying to be funny.
100%.
He actually played that character straight, apart from the obvious comedic scenes.
Yeah.
But that was his best acting work.
And like, he's even said that himself. Yeah, he said it himself. Yeah.
And I understand why he's proud of that, and he should be. And bruv, make more films like that, where you get to show a serious side where people can see. Okay, you know he can act. Not just
this. I'm saying I'm not going to just stand here and diss. I just think in this movie it weren't the right material. It was the wrong role. You don't need to keep doing this role. I think he's a good actor. He showed that in The Wedding Ringer, and he's a brilliant comedian. So just pick the right roles, man. Pick the right roles, because right now I think he is in a precarious state in his career. He needs to be able to not just do Kevin Hart in every single movie. I know his next film is the one with The Rock coming out. I think it's called
Central Intelligence.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. And we know what that's going to be.
You know, the thing is,
big man,
it's
small
be
man.
Yeah, come on.
We've already seen the movie. I've already seen the movie, and I've not seen the movie. But I've already seen the movie.
Exactly.
Big man, small man jokes the whole way through. The Rock can do great things, as Kevin Hart can't, and then at some point, Kevin Hart,
going to do a lot of the shaking
physical comedy. Rock will pick him up a lot of times. I guarantee he'll pick him up a few times.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Hart will have to do something that will save the day, and then it'll finish. You need to stop doing their movies. Get this last one out, because I understand if you do want to do a movie with The Rock, do it. That's a big opportunity. Get this one out, and then I think just concentrate on some more maybe serious acting, different shades of your personality.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's
show.
Different shades of the same character. Like you said, Chris Tucker does it. So you can do it too. Just stop actually just playing you. Stop being the same Real Husbands of Hollywood character, because that's literally all he is.
And you'll be fine.
But the last point I wanted to touch on was Tika Sumpter.
Who?
Tika Sumpter, his wife. The girl who's playing his girlfriend, his wife.
Oh my days.
Now here's the thing, yeah. Tika Sumpter, is fucking amazing. She's beautiful, gorgeous.
She is.
But she's almost too attractive. She's almost too pretty. No, this is right. No homo. She's so pretty. She's so attractive that she almost looks like a fucking transvestite.
Whoa.
No, bruv, this is very weird what I'm saying, yeah. But I've studied this. I looked at it, yeah. If you look at her in a certain way, she almost looks like a dude, like dressed up as a man. Bruv, look at how this is weird, but trust me, I know it sounds mad, weird, and gay, but look at her, yeah. Because I was watching, I was like, wait, why does she wear so much makeup? Look at her eyebrows. Look at it. It's almost too like when they say when you look at like she-men and she-males and all that, and it looks too perfect. That's when you know it's fake. Yeah. That's how I see her. It's almost too.
Wow.
Watch it again.
Damn.
Watch it again. I bet if she has a brother, she looks just like her brother.
Yeah, I can understand that. Maybe she's just got All I'm thinking about.
I'm not saying she got male features.
Yeah.
It's too neat and
wow. Okay, I'll check for that again.
I know that sounds mad.
Check
weird.
for Ice Cube without the sunglasses and check if she looks like a tranny.
She looks like a tranny.
That's what and
I say that in the nicest way possible. Because she is attractive, and it's not to say I ain't trying to Mr. C the situation. I ain't trying to say I like trannies or not, because I don't.
The finisher.
But it's weird. It's like she looks that way, but she is beautiful. But fuck, it's weird. Like I almost have to double take. I'd almost I couldn't lip so without asking her to show me her
Adam's apple.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I have to check first. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay, so I mean, how many picks are we gonna give this movie?
No, can you go first, please?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go. I'm realistically, I'm gonna go 5 picks.
I was gonna say 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5 picks.
There's
some funny aspects of it. Some of the directing is really bad, and I feel like they dropped the ball in a lot of things.
And Tim Story is a good director,
but
he didn't do a good job
in this. I mean, if you're a fan of Kevin Hart, it's worth checking out. If you're a fan of Ice Cube, it's worth checking out. If you like Ride Along 1, you should just about manage Ride Along 2. And what, you're going to go 5 picks as well?
Yeah.
Okay, 5. There you go. Ride Along 2.
Yep. All right.
You are locked into Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.
Okay, so that was Ride Along 2. Let's move on to our second movie,
which is
The Hateful 8.
Now, Quentin Tarantino.
that's who The Hateful 1 is.
Quentin Tarantino, if you don't know, dropped The Hateful 8 recently. This is the next movie that we're reviewing, and I mean there was a lot of so-called hype about it before Oscar season. It done terribly, so it didn't really do that
Wonder
well
why?
at Oscars. And so before we get into reviewing this film, let's just get into a synopsis now.
Okay. All right, get your pillows, people. in the Hateful Eight, set 6 or 8 or 12 years after the Civil War, a stagecoach hurtling through the wintry Wyoming landscape. The passengers, bounty hunter John Ruth, played by Kurt Russell, and his fugitive Daisy was it Domergue?
Domergue.
Yeah, Domergue. Daisy Domergue, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh in it. Race towards the town of Red Rock, where Ruth, known in these parts as the Hangman, will bring Domergue to justice. Along the road, they encounter two strangers. Major Marcus Warren, played by Samuel Slave Jackson.
Samuel cut the check Jackson.
A black former Union soldier turned infamous bounty hunter, and Chris Mannix, played by, is it Walter Goggins?
Walter Goggins, yeah.
Southern renegade who claims to be the town's new sheriff. Losing their lead on the blizzard, Ruth and Domergue, Warren and Mannix seek refuge at Minnie's Haberdashery, a stagecoach stopover on a mountain pass. When they arrive... You
don't want to take a break?
Want to go get a drink?
Yeah,
go get a sip. Go get a drink. Okay.
Think about things for a sec.
Okay.
Think about
cool.
life. Okay.
I can continue on.
Okay, go.
Okay. When they arrive at Minnie's, they are greeted not by the proprietor, but by 4 unfamiliar faces. Bob, who's taking care of Minnie's while she's visiting her mother, is holed up with Oswaldo Mowbray,
Tim Roth,
the Hangman of Red Rock, cowpuncher Joe Gage,
Michael Madsen,
and Confederate General Sanford Smithers.
Bill Dunn? William Dunn?
As the storm overtakes the mountainside stopover, our 8 travelers come to learn they may not make it to Red Rock after all. Okay,
Gosh, we're done.
it's over now.
It's over now.
Yeah, can get up and stretch after that long flight. Fucking hell, mate.
Okay.
Long synopsis for a long ass movie. Fuck me, mate.
Okay, so
Fuck off, Quentin.
what? Do you want to go first, or how do you feel
No,
about
you go
this?
first.
Okay,
You go first.
I'm just gonna say this straight. Quentin Tarantino is a racist.
100%. I'm glad you said it before I did, because otherwise I would
Quentin
have got into a
Tarantino.
fucking rant.
This film officially confirmed for me he is a racist.
100%.
Now, I'm one.
And-
Yeah, go on.
And he secretly owns Samuel Jackson.
Somehow,
I think he literally is his
lets
slave
him out.
master.
He lets him out.
to make movies. He's his
lets
slave
him out.
master.
They put me in the cage.
That's why he was in Long Kiss Goodnight down there shaking, saying Sam. He really
Sam?
wanted to say Quentin, asking for him to fucking let him out. You fucking slave.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
Bro, real talk. This
yeah.
film has made me not like Samuel Jackson. Bro.
Yeah, I can understand why, bro. I can understand why. All right, let me just go further. Let me get into this. All right, why I say Quentin Tarantino is a racist, because this film, the unnecessary use of the word nigger for me,
Thank you. Unnecessary.
is really over the top.
Unnecessary.
It's a script written by Tarantino. Now, let's go to his previous movie, which was Django Unchained, which holds the record for the most times nigger has been said, like, in a mainstream movie. Yeah, holds the record. Yeah,
By non-blacks.
by
as well.
non-blacks. Yeah, so this holds the record. So you wrote again and again nigger in your script. That is because it was a slavery movie. So then your next movie, I understand you said it was kind of set in the same universe. You decide that for maybe the first 45 to an hour, every other word it seems that everyone was saying was nigger. The racial abuse that they were giving Samuel Jackson, yes, I understand it was of the times,
Doesn't
but it
matter.
was uncomfortable for me to watch, because
Yep.
I'm thinking, this white dude has continuously said nigger. These white people are continuously having to say nigger. And I understand it can be seen as a term of endearment, etc., etc. But
Not in this fucking movie.
In this case, it felt condescending. It felt over the top. It felt like Tarantino just wants to say nigger.
Thank you. And you know what? I know that's true. Let's go to Pulp Fiction. Mm-hmm. Pulp Fiction has the word nigger in it.
Continuously.
Who actually says it the most?
Harvey
Quentin
Keitel.
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. Sorry, actually,
Himself.
yeah, himself. That's what I'm saying. It's it's actually ridiculous. And I'm not gonna lie, it felt. This movie, I know he's tried to defend it before, etc., etc. He's using it as an art form. You cannot
fuck off.
You
mate.
cannot always use art as an excuse
fuck
for
off,
how
mate.
you feel and,
okay,
and try to put how you feel out
if
on the
I punched
world.
him in his face and say I wanted to see the color of blood split on your face, yeah, that's art, yeah.
You can't always use art as a cover.
You can't say that.
That's what I'm saying. It was very uncomfortable. Like, I'm not going to be rude. Like, I'm black and I'm watching this uncomfortable. Imagine how a cinema of white people felt hearing other white people continuously call a next man nigger and also refer to nigger when they're talking in conversation with people. They're never speaking to Samuel Jackson, but they're still referring to him as a nigger. It was gratuitous language that you use. Tarantino's using gratuitous violence. This was gratuitous language, and I felt disgusted by it. To be fair,
it's not even that this is a slave movie.
Exactly.
This is a movie set in a time. But you are overusing the word.
Overusing it.
And it's not even like the word is even warranted in the scenes that you've used it in.
It's not.
Because if it, again, like you said, if it was directed at Samuel Jackson because it was a slave situation, then yeah, okay, maybe. If they're whipping him and shit, like maybe even in Django, which to me was over the top, at least it was actually about slaves.
It was alright.
This motherfucker's a soldier who is actually now a bounty hunter. But yet you want to over and the thing is I don't want to hear no one's explanation as to but because shut up. Bottom line is even within a script it did not need to be said or written as much as it was.
And who wrote the script?
Too fucking much.
And who wrote the script? Tarantino. That's what I'm saying. He's just projecting how he feels and what he wants to say out there.
Everything about this film was over the top. Everything.
So why did this film make you dislike Samuel Jackson?
Because he's a slave. He's a simple and I mean it in real life. Not his character. Him. He's a slave. Fuck Samuel Jackson and his loud talking ass. He's a prick. No, and I tell you, and you know what's funny as well? This is why I'm telling you. Quentin Tarantino owned Samuel Jackson. Yeah. When the script leaked online, right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows about it. And he wasn't going to make the film.
Yeah.
Who's one that convinced him to make it? Why is the slave? Yo, master, you see that script that you wrote it? You see that script that you did wrote it? The one that you wrote it? Could you please? I would love it if you made this movie and put me as the lead, sir. I'll still be in it, sir. I don't care how many times you say you nigga, sir. I'll still play it, sir. I don't mind, sir. You fucking slave. Fucking hate him. So angry with him. I don't even care that he played Mace Windu. I don't like him right now. He's got to do a lot to redeem himself after this film, bruv. That's what
after
I'm saying.
Chirac and now Hateful Eight. Damn, you saying Samuel, you saying whatever, fam. I'm saying whatever. I don't care about my career no more. I don't care.
Why does he only care about the check, fam?
I don't know. Since Samuel cut the check, Jackson. I mean, okay, let's get into this film as well. Let's just get back into the film. And you know what's funny?
I'll tell you one thing that we're not doing. We're not joining for his fucking
No, we don't need to do that. It's too long. It's too long.
The show will be about 3 hours long.
Speaking of too long, this film is too fucking long.
Yes!
This film, yeah, as I said to you, this film, let's be real, this film was so long. As I said to you, brother, I was watching it on the train. 20 minutes. You're getting 20 minutes of time. This film is nearly 3 hours long.
How long did it take you to watch it? How long to watch the whole thing? It took me
a good week. And then you're watching it at home and you don't even want to watch this shit just to get through it. It's the next one where you just got it and you're listening to the dialogue. Like, the film is way too mad, too long. I know Tarantino, but it's too long, fam.
You do realise I was watching it the other day. I was talking to one of our boys about it the other day because he likes it. He's a fan of westerns or whatever. Yeah? And I was telling him, I said, bruv, tell the truth. You don't really like it. You think you like it. The film is stupid. The film is a waste of time. It's pointless.
It really is.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, yeah, it is. And I'll tell you this, and you would have noticed this about the film. Quentin Tarantino is too fucking self-indulgent.
Yeah.
Look at how, bruv. And I showed it to him. I put the film on. I said, look at the opening scene. Look at the opening credits. Why the fuck is the camera focused on the crucifix for that long? Why does it take 10 minutes to fucking pull out to zoom out?
I forwarded that because about 4 minutes in I realised okay, this is just going to be a long shot, right?
The credits is over 5 minutes long.
Yeah, long, fam. It's long.
It's slow and you're pulling out. You want to show us the so-called beautiful landscapes of Wyoming. Who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
Brother, it's ridiculous.
It was over 3 hours long originally.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, then cut it down.
Bruv, they are in the fucking carriage for almost an hour.
Yeah.
They don't get into Minnie's haberdashery until about 50 minutes in.
I know.
So bruv, come on.
It's too much. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of... You're longing out the story for no reason. Just get to the haberdashery. That's where it happens.
And my thing is, he probably argued the point that all these things are relevant. No, they're not. The first 45 minutes is actually not relevant. Actually, you could have edited that
wholly
shit.
irrelevant. Like really, when
because
you watch
the basis of the story is what happens in Minnie's haberdashery.
Exactly.
So why not get to it?
Exactly.
Which basically means the film is 2 hours and 47 minutes long. It actually could have been 2 hours long.
Easily.
Very easily. You could have cut to Minnie's haberdashery in 15 minutes.
Exactly.
With all of that, when Samuel gets into the carriage to when the sheriff gets into the carriage,
and
all of that,
shit, yeah.
all of that could have
much.
been put in the 15 minutes gap, but you stretched it to 45 odd minutes, 50 minutes.
Ridiculous.
That's insanity.
It was overindulgence.
It was so overindulgent, that when the so-called breakdown of the story as to who everybody who was already in the haberdashery really was, you almost didn't care because the film was so long.
Yeah.
Because if we had gotten to that point quicker, we would have always sort of been like, okay, that's quite
all till
good.
now, I don't care about who was in the haberdashery.
You don't give a shit that what's his name was under the floor, that Tim Roth, that Matthew Madsden was this, that guy, whatever.
Care.
You don't care because the build-up was too long. The build-up made it boring.
It was the most boring Tarantino movie.
He's a self-indulgent arsehole. He's a self-indulgent prick. Everyone gives him way too much props as a filmmaker. I'm sorry.
It was a very self-indulgent film. I mean, do you know he'd done the whole...
And Kill Bill's overrated. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, Kill Bill 2, definitely.
Yeah, I said it.
Kill Bill 2, definitely.
It's not.
The whole thing.
It's not as good as everyone makes out.
Do you think the whole thing is overrated?
I don't care for it. I don't care for it.
Is this Tarantino's worst movie?
Yeah. And do you know? And there's another thing I was saying to one of my boys. We was talking about this. I said, what people don't even realize about the Hateful Eight is the Hateful Eight is almost a Western version of Reservoir Dogs. Yeah. So he basically just rewrote Reservoir Dogs with a different premise. So how can you give that props? I'm not giving that props. Write another idea.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying.
I'm not giving that props. No.
I feel like he's dropped off. I feel like Django was good, but he's been up and down, man.
Let's be honest, Django isn't good because you watch it once, will you really watch it again?
No, you're right.
And bad film, good performances.
Yeah, you're right.
Look, obviously,
Leonardo DiCaprio smashed
two of their best performances.
Yeah.
Great actors, so you can give them props. Don't give the film props. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's true. You're right.
You can give props to good performances, but not to the film itself.
And that was another overly long movie,
unnecessarily.
And this is what I'm saying. You're right about Sam, because every Samuel Jackson Tarantino movie, he gets called a nigger, or there's some type of white man saying nigger in it, and he's probably happy with it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's probably co-signing that shit. Like
when he was playing Stephen, he wasn't Stephen. He was Samuel Jackson. That's what he is like in real life. He is actually Stephen. Fucking slave, bro.
I mean, I was gonna ask, and I'm gonna be real, and I've dissed him before on this podcast, but I'm gonna say I thought Kurt Russell done well. Yes, I'll be honest with you.
Yo, drama, did you hear that? He actually admitted that Kurt Russell did well. Yes.
Kurt Big Face Russell done well. I liked him. I liked him in it. I thought he was good.
As much as I don't even like the film, I liked all the Kurt scenes. I like how he acts. I like his dialogue.
His gruffness, his raggerness.
You know this scene when he's reading the Lincoln letter and he starts to get emotional. Goes, that gets me. That scene is brilliant. That scene I like because of Kurt Russell. I like it.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Did you know that the guitar that he smashes was actually real?
Do you know what's weird?
It was supposed to be replaced.
Someone told me this just the other day, and I didn't know this. I didn't know this either.
It was supposed to be replaced. They didn't.
And
her reaction is real, supposedly.
Yeah.
And the museum said, we ain't sending you more shit.
No, they said that's it.
That's it. No more films. No more films.
That's crazy. When my brethren told me this, I was like, that's
deep.
I thought, like, is that real, or did Quentin do that on purpose? Because I don't understand how you can mistake.
There were 8 replacements, supposedly, and they didn't replace it.
How the hell can you make
for
that
the
mistake?
final cut? You decided not to when he's going to smash it. I don't know.
I personally think I find it hard to believe that was done by accident. I'm sorry.
It could be Tarantino chatting more shit, maybe trying to get more hype about his shit ass movie. I'm not gonna
either
lie.
that, or either it's fake when it really was not the real guitar. He's just telling a story, or that did happen and he did it on purpose.
How did you feel about the Samuel Jackson
Who, the slave?
getting someone to suck him off in the snow.
Yeah, I don't even know
how did you feel about that?
I don't even know if I want to talk about it. It's like it pisses me off because, like, I can't stand unnecessary scenes or unnecessary dialogue, and I feel this film is full of a whole heap of unnecessary niggas, unnecessarily long scenes, unnecessarily long cinematography, unnecessary long stories, unnecessary parts in the story. And do you know, okay, in terms of the premise of the story of what was going to happen in terms of everybody dying at the end, yes, I just had some massive spoiler for all of you. Yes, they all die. Okay, my thing is...
It's kind of obvious, isn't it? But it's Tarantino's type of movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But see, my thing is, with the fact that everybody was going to die, I realized that he's trying to play off Samuel Jackson as like him and Kurt Russell are the only goodies, so to speak. The only goodies who you think are going to be the goodies, because they're like the leads kind of thing. And everybody else you're not too sure about. Some you're obviously knowing that they're bad, and some you're not too sure about. Like the sheriff, you're not too sure about, right until the end, obviously, because you still think he might be bad. So my thing is, they kill off Kurt Russell. So then you're thinking, okay, it's only Samuel Jackson left, so he must be the only goodie. Probably the reason why he's allowed so many niggers to be said, because he's going to be redeemed because he's the only goodie. But then he ends up telling that story, which is almost like, okay, you're telling this story which basically plants his character in a bad light. So if you're playing his character in a bad light, that's the reason why we're going to kill him off, because he's not completely good. Because look, a good person wouldn't go that far to tell such a disgusting story to the person's dad or whatever. And to be honest, I didn't like the story. I didn't like the visuals of the story.
Didn't need to see the visuals.
And I thought it was so unnecessary. And this is why I'm telling you, Samuel Jackson's a slave.
I didn't think it was necessary. I didn't think it was necessary.
It was very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. And I think he tried to redeem himself, talking about Quentin Tarantino here, with all of the niggers, which pisses me off. Killing off Samuel Jackson, but at the same time, the main person who probably said nigger the most, which is Walter Goggins, the character, he ends up in a sense being the goodie. And
so he does say it the most.
So what are you saying then?
And he also it just so happened that the haberdashery was owned by a black woman and was ran by a black woman, and she had black staff. Remember when the black people got killed
and they
off?
killed them disgustingly.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It was so many things in this film that made me think, no, bro, you're kind of on a racist tip on this one, bro.
100%.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not
100%.
I'm not some conspiracy theorist, blah blah. But I just genuinely think he has an agenda and he's putting out there.
Yeah, I think he was bullied.
Maybe he was. Maybe he was.
And he probably went to school in a rough area.
Yeah.
With a lot of Negroes.
And maybe he's just using it against us now.
Yeah. Because, I mean, again, let's go back to Pulp Fiction. Why is Marcellus getting raped by racist white people?
Yep. There you go.
Why?
Yep.
And why are you showing it? And why is a scene that long? You trying to tell me he's not got an agenda, bro? Are you fucking kidding me? And then you got Negroes going to 1, watch his film, and 2, star in his film. You're not understanding why your favourite guy, Spike Lee, boycotts him.
Yeah, that's the only thing Spike's done right.
Yeah, but Spike's he's a walking contradiction, though. So it's hard to follow what he says or does.
All right, well, look, let's just wrap this up. I'm going to call it the hateful race. I don't know, the racial 8. That's what we're going to call it. How many picks you going to give the racial 8?
2, 3, maybe.
I'm going to be honest, 1 pick. Why am I giving it 1 pick?
Actually, why am I? Fuck off. Actually,
0 picks. 0 picks.
Fuck this movie.
Fuck this movie.
You know what? I don't know why the fuck I even tried to help out by saying
0
3.
picks. We're done.
Bruv, it's 0. Is Rago just the same
0
as,
picks.
as
okay, let me put this out there. I
shit.
don't usually say this, but I'm going to say this. If you haven't watched it, don't go and watch it. It's not worth your time.
You'll be pissed that you wasted 3 hours of your life.
Hashtag not worth your time. Hashtag I'm not going to watch this. Yeah? No need. Yeah? Just leave it. Trust me, it's not worth your time. The Hateful Eight, terrible film, Tarantino's worst movie, is dropped off, and he's a racist, and Samuel Jackson is a slave. You heard it here first.
Yes.
You are locked into Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.
Okay. So that was the racial 8.
Racial 8.
Never to be discussed again.
Ugh. And now, we're going to be reviewing an urban classic. I mean...
Can I just say, I haven't been disgusted with a movie that bad since episode 1, by the way. since Straight Out Genesis shit.
Oh,
Terminator Genesis.
Oh, yeah. It's
And
on
I'd
them
watch
levels.
that again. I wouldn't watch this.
I
again.
wouldn't watch this again.
Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, now we're going to be reviewing an urban classic. Some might say classic in inverted commas or whatever, but I'm not going to say that. I think it's a classic. And this film came out round about, what was it, 9/8 or so, like that?
Yeah,
round
think
about
it
9/8.
is.
And it's the film that they know and call Belly.
Belly. Yeah, it was 98.
The
98.
Hype Williams directed debut film.
Yeah, film directorial debut. Because he was obviously a music video director. That's what he was known for.
You know, Hype
But
done
no,
all
to
of
be
that
honest,
shit.
this, I mean, as I don't say as bad as this film because it's not bad.
Not bad film.
But it's good. I like it. I've watched it a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
times
yeah,
still.
yeah.
But for what it is, you have to still call it a classic. It was a classic for its time.
It's a classic for its time,
It
and I
definitely
think it
was.
still lives up. And I still think there's some parts to it that we like.
Like-
Can you
Yeah.
give him a synopsis? Just in
Yeah.
case you've never heard or seen Belly, starring DMX, Nas, Method Man, and T-Boz from TLC.
I've never known why it's called Belly though. Is it as in Belly of the Beast?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's what I
Okay.
believe it is. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Tommy Brown and his friend Sincere are gangsters who have learned how to make a good living by dealing drugs and pulling armed robberies. Tommy and Sincere have been able to move out of the ghetto in Queens, where they were raised, and relocate to an upscale section of Manhattan. They would seem to have it made, but both realize that their lives are headed towards a dead end. Sincere begins getting in touch with his African roots and tries to convince his girlfriend Tion that they should emigrate to the motherland, while Tommy has a religious awakening.
Yeah, that's Belly. So,
It's not a very good synopsis.
no, that's not the best synopsis, but, you know, it's either good or bad.
I like
sometimes.
synopsises that kind of wrap it up the end, but gives it like a big bulky ending and makes you want to go and watch the film.
Well, let's give him a reason to watch the film.
Yeah,
All right,
for real.
Belly. So, what did you think of Belly now? Not a lot at the time. What do you think of Belly?
Do you know what? I love some of the scenes. I love some of the directing.
Yeah?
Yeah, some of the directing of Belly is pretty
Hype done
dope.
his thing. Hype done his
the
thing still.
opening scene is fucking beautiful.
Yes.
With the soul to soul, and it's just a cappella.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just
well
a cappella.
directed. That's well
no
directed.
music, slow motion.
The neon lights.
It was like quintessential.
Well, good directing. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Sorry, I forgot his name.
Cinematography?
Quintessential Hype Williams.
Yeah, Hype Williams. It
Quintessential Hype
was
Williams.
hype. It was hype at his very best, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he done his thing. And I mean, that opening sequence to me is very iconic. I think everyone remembers the opening sequence of Belly with this
are you
heavy.
What's going on? What?
Heavy.
I love, bruv, seriously, like that scene, I've watched it a few times, just the opening scene, because I love how it's shot. I just love
Take a look around.
yeah, just the way it looks
Heavy,
and the music.
heavy.
Like, that is somebody who is very clear on the vision of how they want something to look. And that's why I like Hype Williams' directing style. He knows how to... He was that guy that made music videos look flashy.
Look flashy, man. He gave him that P Diddy bling blingy style.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? How did you feel about the White House actually being DMX's house? I didn't know that. The White House that they go to, that used to be one of his Florida homes.
Wait, the one that
see
he
the
goes
one-
to when Keisha's upstairs sleeping?
Yeah, that's his house.
That
That
was
used
his
to be his
actual
house. That's what I'm saying, man. DMX's
Oh, crack
Florida.
is a hell of a drug, man. Are you serious? Bruv, that house was fucking amazing.
That
I
was
never
his
knew
house,
that.
bruv. That used to be his crib. One of his Florida cribs. You know what I'm saying? And that was I remember back in the day, I thought that was the best house I've ever seen in my life.
Bruv, I believe that.
Seriously.
Bruv, come on.
Seriously, just the
was
cinematography of it
beautiful.
looked beautiful, the black and white.
The way they shot it.
The white pool table.
Shot, yeah, the white pool table, the
Everything
white shot of the
about it.
picture. And Keisha.
Oh, but she was very sweaty though.
Black Queen. I don't give a fuck. I'd
Sweaty.
lick that sweat off that bitch. Oh my God. Oh my God. She is, and you know she tall, and you know I don't like tall bitches.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd climb that. I'd marry that queen.
Yeah,
She is
I mean,
so
she done her
bad.
thing, man. She done her thing in that,
She's
sure.
so bad.
Did you know that her music video was in the background in that scene? And there's
No,
one scene, yeah. Check it again. There's one scene I think when she's
snap.
complaining, and her old music video because she used to do music. Was,
Yeah, she did. She was actually, that was her career before she started acting. She was a singer. Yeah, I actually knew her as a singer before.
Before,
yeah,
exactly,
because
yeah.
her first major role was
Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale.
Which was really good film if you haven't seen that.
Amazing coming of age
Check
film.
that out. I mean, what
Love
did
that
you
film.
think of... Let's talk about the lead roles of Belly. What did you think of Nas?
Here's the thing. I just wish
you'd go better after y'all.
No, okay.
I just been shot, T.
Nas should just never act.
They shot me in the leg.
It's as simple as that. Nas should just never act.
I don't think he got another acting role after this, bro.
No, tell a lie, he did.
What?
He was in Too Deep for one.
Yeah, for one scene, and he overacted in that. He was bad in that.
Yeah.
What do you mean, man?
Yeah.
Nas, can you just calm it down, please? Can you just calm it down? Like, I think Fami's bad. He's bad. Let's be honest.
No, I'm not even going to try and
defend him.
No way. I think he's done a couple other small TV parts.
Yeah,
but he's not.
He
good.
does the classic rapper just say the lines thing.
Yeah,
you know he's only in it because he wrote it. Let's be
100%.
Let's just be honest with ourselves. He's only been in it because he wrote it.
Yeah,
and even then, he maybe should have passed the role over to someone.
I don't know why
he
didn't. I don't know why he didn't just be writer producer.
Wanting to be front and center.
Yeah.
To be honest, shot.
I think he was. I reckon probably hype convinced him to do it. I don't even think he wanted to do it. I think
no man has been shot in the leg and sounded so calm explaining that to their female.
Ridiculous.
Like you've been shot in the leg and you sound like you just want
what was really weird?
A nap.
That scene when he the one thing I didn't like about the story is because he's narrating a story. Now he's telling us obviously at the beginning how close him and Tommy are, Sincere and Tommy are, and then quite quickly into the film. I mean, granted, it's only an hour and a half long film, and they get to it quite quickly. Quite quickly into the film, he almost it's weird. Does he fall out with Tommy?
Yeah, he does.
Because it's quite weird, isn't it?
It's a weird fallout.
Then he's on the phone to him when he's in prison, and he's like, "Man, I told you I'm not fucking with you no more." I'm like, since when? I'm watching. I'm like, since when?
It's still bridges.
This is your best friend. Because in the same breath of you saying I'm not fucking with you no more, you then turn around and say, he says, "You're the only one I can count on." Okay, man, I got you.
Yeah,
you just said you weren't fucking with him no
this is
more.
what I'm saying. I think
that's bad, right?
Belly, it just had it was a rough around the edges production. Let me just say that. I think visually and all of that, but the script needed some sharpening. It just needed some sharpening up. How did you feel about DMX in I guess one of his first roles?
Do you know what's funny? It's funny. I think everybody thinks DMX.
Baby.
I wouldn't even say he's a good actor. He is just DMX because he plays the same role in any film he's played. I mean, he doesn't. The calmest role he's ever played was actually Cradle to the Grave, where he actually has scenes where he talks calm. He does a dog like he's literally just calm for a change, but he still has moments where he obviously shouts.
What the hell?
No, I fuck up. Like he just, you know what I mean? He's always got the gravelly shit. But he played the role okay. But he played it okay, but nothing special. Not really. Special. At the time, though. The time it come out, everyone thought he smacked it.
Yeah, I thought he smashed it.
But when you hindsight,
in retrospect, nah.
Yeah, it's
no. In retrospect, it went bad. It's because of how badly his career has gone. I think that also plays on how you look at it now, because he had a lot of potential, as we've spoken about before in this podcast.
He was no Tupac.
And he wasn't no Tupac, but he wasn't no.
He wasn't no Nas.
Yeah, he wasn't no Nas. Get me? He was definitely in between there. He gave you more. Yeah. I mean, one of my favorite characters on watching it back was the toughest blood clot Jamaican in the world. That guy. I mean, I
think his acting was over the top, and his dialogue was an abomination.
Why I obeyed.
So, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah, interrupt a little bit. So just watching the soccer game Jamaica play. Just watching the soccer game. Shut up, fam. Just stop talking because you have a Jamaican accent.
It was natural.
It was too much. It was like you're saying stuff that you don't normally or need to say. I'm like,
just watch the soccer game.
It's just so much.
I can see that, fam. I'm in the room with you, Black.
Interrupt a little bit. I'm like, shut up.
Then should I come back?
Wait, stop right there. Let me tell you something. You talk to the toughest blood clot Jamaican. Shut up. Okay, to a degree, I guess that's realistic because obviously, old school Jamaicans always like to say whatever they do or whatever they are is the best.
Exactly, he's the toughest blood clot Jamaican you've ever seen in his life, Black.
But
what do you mean? What do you mean?
It was a bit much.
It was a bit much. And my thing is, you see the part when the assassins came to get him, which was a clear homage to Scarface.
No, the whole film was. I was going to talk
the whole
about
film.
this.
The whole film
is
homage to Scarface.
It's basically Scarface.
Why was he doing floor moves in the middle of his room,
That's
spinning around and killing
hilarious.
people and not being shot? They had the advantage. They were up high, so they had advantage, so they could easily shoot him. But he was spinning around doing floor moves, shooting people, shouting, "Come get me!" Blah blah blah. That I felt was over the top.
On.
Then. Why did the assassin, why did she dress up? This isn't carnival.
Bro.
She looked like she was going to carnival, but you were coming to murder someone. Let's be honest. If you were trying to get past security, you wouldn't have. You had a big Mohican.
Why have you got feathers in your hair?
Yeah, exactly. Big Mohican
That
feathers.
was weird.
I didn't understand that. Don't
You're
dress
right,
up.
you're
Don't
right.
dress up to assassinate someone. That doesn't make sense.
fucking
That
hilarious.
I didn't like. This is what I'm saying. There was little things here and there that I didn't like. I liked seeing a dreadlock DMX. You know, there was a scene where you see him as a dreadlock. That was quite funny. That was hilarious. And the weird Jamaican accent. But I mean, yeah, it was... this is the thing. At the time, I loved it. As my boy Bailey said, Darren Bailey said back in the day, a lot of man's got into shotting just off this movie.
100%.
Because it
That's
got man's
actually
like,
true.
man's were like, you know what, if this is what this shit is bringing me, I'm on that shit, bro. I'm gonna start putting that shit out there. Bro, I did want to get some Vaseline and cling film and just start bagging up shit for no reason. Just after you see that movie, that's how it makes you feel. It does make you feel like that life
hilarious.
is an illustrious life. I'm not gonna lie to you,
so
bro.
fucking
So
true.
I know back in the day, it got a lot of man into the shotting game, and I think, but it is a classic. But I think it's one of those that hasn't aged well.
Yeah,
It
I'm
hasn't
sorry.
aged well.
I don't think it's aged well at all. To be honest, yeah, this film is the equivalent to fucking Kirk Douglas, fam. Like, it's literally like no. In fact, in your eyes, this is Mike Douglas.
Oh,
This is equivalent to Mike. They didn't age well at all. He doesn't look good at 50 or 60. Sorry.
how did you feel about meth?
It was. You know what? His first scene, brilliant. Like very good. And it was just like, to be honest, it's just like he's kind of carried on in the same vein. He's just done well. He's just done better than everybody else that was in his film, to be honest, in terms of his acting career.
Didn't you think he was the worst hitman ever, though?
Ridiculously poor. Like,
He couldn't
to be
kill
honest,
his targets.
I actually was thinking, is he supposed to be the hitman? Or was he just the one with the lookout, like just trying to tell you where everybody was?
Every person he tried to assassinate, basically, it didn't work. Even DMS's girl killed him at the end after beating him down with an ashtray.
He's a rubbish
He's
hitman.
really the worst hitman ever.
Ever?
He is.
How did a girl kill you, fam? No.
How do
You're
you
a
feel
whack
about Tyrone Turner? I don't like that shit.
Nah, that's the funniest.
That's the funniest shit. That's still
cameo
funny ever.
Anyone's, yeah, even till now. Why is there a banana on your lip? Why? Like, seriously.
Why would you eat a
Why you eating
banana?
the banana?
I don't
I don't
like
like that shit. Someone better drop a dime on these niggas. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
That is still
that has
joke.
been rinsed so much.
So much,
since then.
yeah.
I don't like that. And you gotta say it twice. You
Yeah,
can't say it once.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit.
You gotta say it twice.
That was it.
That's fucking hilarious. That's a great cameo.
I thought visually the Kingston scene was heavy though, when they went to Kingston.
Dope.
Shauna
I've
Paul on
I've
stage.
actually watched that scene alone bare times because of the gal. For one.
Yeah.
The
The one dancing with him. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, she done some moves there that I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I
ain't
forgot
seen
about
a
that.
Raven in a long time.
But
Since the 90s.
Sean Paul on stage.
And Kevin P Drama,
Mr. Vegas.
Mr. Vegas, sorry,
Mr. Vegas up in there.
Mr. P Drama Vegas.
It's AKA drama.
what does he look
he
like
was
him?
up in there.
Nah, it was. I thought it
That
was
scene
quite
was
heavy.
visually. That's what I'm saying. Visually, this was a sick film. Hype done his thing. I just think he needed help with the story.
Definitely, you need a story
It's your first-
editor.
it's your first film,
You need
innit?
an actual screenwriter to develop it a little bit better, because it kind of has, I would say, a few holes and stuff, and just certain things that could have like run together a little neater, a little better. But again, for its time, it was cool. This is '98. This was one of the first films of its kind. It's like this film is almost like a Master P No Limit film directed by Hype Williams. Oh, because remember how bad his films were?
I know, no, it's above that, fam.
No,
it's
but,
above
no,
that
no.
level.
Visually, it is. Storyline ain't.
Oh no, you're
Bruv.
right. You might be right there.
Exactly.
You might be right.
Storyline is not above that level. It's
isn't.
just as bad.
There is no story.
just
Basically,
exactly.
he becomes a drug dealer. He turns to Islam. That's the story. And Nas gets shot.
And it's the.
How did you feel about the dinner scene with him, DMX, when he was drunk and he got the two guys
I told you
to shoot each other?
it was trying to be Scarface.
Oh yeah,
that was his version of the scene
of
when
the bad guy
Scarface
scene.
Yeah, the bad guy scene.
Yeah.
That was his rewriting.
He was just giving
version
ad
of it.
libs. Yeah. Do you
get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So this whole film, and to an extent, is a black Scarface.
It was an auto because, bruv, you know there was the one film that you always used to talk about in the hood. Everybody went to see Scarface when it came out. Remember, they even talked about. I think they even talked about, was it in Paid in Full? And there's another film where they said when Scarface came out, everybody went to see it, right?
Yeah.
Because it was that seminal film that everybody could relate to.
And that dinner scene, even the color scheme and everything, how
Bruv,
it
it was
looked, was exactly
Scarface.
the same as the same.
Bruv, it wouldn't surprise me if it was the same restaurant because you know they do stuff like that.
Yeah, more than likely was.
Trust me.
Was. True, that's true. That's
It
a
was.
good point.
I'm telling you, it was an ode to Scarface. The whole film was an ode to Scarface.
That's a good point.
The end scene. Think of, bruv, one thing. Let me explain something to you that you probably didn't even realize. The main guy who Ox wanted DM to go kill, what was his name? Sosa.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Sosa from fucking Scarface.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying, bruv? It was literally, it's like,
Scarface.
they didn't even try and hide it.
Yeah. No, it's true. When you watch it back and you're a bit older,
you're like,
you gotta appreciate
okay,
certain things.
Dude, come on, where's the originality, dude?
I mean, it's the thing. I feel like we're trashing on it.
We are, but I think, okay, that's because we're watching it with today's eyes as opposed to yesteryear's eyes. Do you know what I mean? Because let's be honest, I mean, like I said, back then, it's a classic. If you look at it from back then, it is a classic.
It was.
But for now, watching it again, and it's not to say I didn't like it, and it's not to say I wouldn't watch it again because I still like it, but I like scenes. There you go. I will point out holes in it. Why
did DMX groom that chick that he was getting head off? He said, she said herself, he knew her from when she was 11 or something like that.
And we're not allowed to have sex. I just give him head.
He groomed her. I didn't like that. I don't like that shit.
So
I don't like that shit.
I was like, this is a bit raw.
Yeah. She should have at least been 18.
That's pedophilia.
No, he groomed her. Watch it again. She was 11. She said she was 11.
Hasn't my man just gone down for doing this?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, she should have been 18 and turning 18, and she said she knew Tommy from when she was 16, 15,
Why
maybe.
so young?
It's too young. I didn't like.
I don't know.
So I'm saying there was just little
man.
things in the script that I felt when you're watching it back now
that was unnecessary.
Were unnecessary. Were terrible.
That's unnecessary.
I mean,
she didn't have to be so young.
She didn't have to be. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, it done well for DM. It got him noticed and got him into like getting certain movies.
What was her name again? I've forgotten her name. The girl that was playing that role. She was a rapper, innit?
Yeah, I can't remember her name either.
Yeah, she was what's her name from Total's little sister? Forgotten her name. She was with Pharrell. And
yeah, man. Yeah, I do actually remember.
She was on. What was the tune that we used to love? The tune. Oh, baby, you want me?
Yeah.
Lap
dance. Yeah, man. She done her thing still. But I mean,
Vida.
You smashed it. You actually smashed it. You smashed it still. I mean, and she could have played older. She didn't have to play 16.
She could have easily played 18.
That didn't make sense, man. I'm not going to say.
I think they wanted to get Grammy like that.
How did you feel about the guy being stripped naked and stuff?
What? You got yours, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, every time I watch that scene, all it does is remind me of Juicy. You know, that? It reminds me of Juicy because I remember Juicy used to rinse that scene. Like that's one of our boys. Every time back in the day, even back then, he used to be like that. Our first, oh, you gonna get yours, man. You gonna get yours, man. Why you stand there naked with your balls out, fam?
That scene was hilarious.
It was annoying though because it was like I hated the way they bullied him. Because they didn't depict enough that he was an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
For them to then treat him like that.
Yeah.
But then obviously they kind of, I guess they kind of bring it back when they show you at the end when he tries to kill Nas.
Which also was terrible.
Terrible attempt.
But
that kind of made up for how they treated him, even though obviously they treated him bad first. But you know what I mean? I mean in the premise of the film.
In the premise of the film. Yeah. I get you. I mean, look, if you've not seen Belly, I definitely say check it out. If you have not seen it, it's definitely worth checking out.
This is a film of its time. Bro.
And even if you haven't seen Belly, I mean, if you haven't seen it in a long time, check it out, man. It's worth checking out. Trust me, it's worth checking out. There'll be things where you might think now, with your older eyes, you might think, nah, fam, that ain't working for me still. However, it's got some things going for it, bruv. It's got some things going for it. So, I mean, how many picks are we going to give this?
I'll give it 7.
Seven solid picks.
Yeah, I'll give it 7. Because like I said, there's certain scenes, the opening scene, love it. There's some scenes I love, and I fucking love Keisha. I love her. And you know, it's funny. T-Boz, actually a good actress as well. Surprised she didn't do a couple more roles.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
was
Too many
actually
hairstyle
alright.
changes in this film.
She was like
every
that
time
in
you
the
saw
90s,
her. But this is what I'm saying. It's a movie, innit? Every
Yeah.
time I didn't see a hairstyle every time I
Yeah.
saw you, but yeah, she done alright.
She done well in all her scenes. Like,
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
So you're saying 7 picks?
I'll give it 7, man.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a solid 7 as well. I think it's worth checking out. It's above
Definitely.
average. It's not. It's above hood level movies.
Yeah.
It's not like
Because it's better directed.
100%. It's better than hood level movies.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and also, did you know there was a Belly 2 with the game?
Yes, I did.
Don't check that out. It's nothing to do with Belly. They just use the Belly name.
Yeah.
Just in case you ever get fooled.
Yeah.
Don't
It's called
ever
like,
draw
so
for
like
that.
Millionaires something.
Yeah,
or,
Billionaire Boys, something like that. Don't ever check for it. It's got nothing to do with Belly. It's just using the name. Yeah. So yeah, that's 7 picks, and that's our urban classic review of the movie that is Belly. Bang.
That's dope.
And I mean, that's the end of the show, basically.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it. But before we wrap up, just to let everybody know. Oh yeah, so 2 urban guys in the studio.
Yeah, coming soon.
That's that you're definitely going to be hearing about that. That's coming next, I think.
Next,
Yeah,
I think
so
yeah.
just to give you a quick idea of what that is about. The same way we've been covering movies, we're going to be covering some of your best classic hip hop and R&B artists.
And groups.
So it's going to be a great show, very informative. So make sure you come through and listen to that. Make sure you log on to urbaniplayer.com and also don't forget our Twitter and our Instagram handle at urban_iplayer, and let's not forget the most important Twitter handle at 2 urban guys. Make sure you check us out, follow us, DM us if you've got any urban content that you want to be put on to urbaniplayer.com and be promoted for you. Make sure you holler at us. You can email us at urbaniplayer@gmail.com.
That's the thing.
And that's it, man.
And that's the show. And like, once again, thanks a lot of people for supporting the show and all that. We really do appreciate that.
Yeah,
and
man.
if
Tell your friends, though.
Tell your friends about me. And if there's any type of, if there's any movies and stuff you want us to cover, let us know, man. Thank you for the support and letting, keep
definitely.
supporting us.
Thank you for supporting. Keep supporting.
And that's it, y'all. So, yeah, that's it.
That's it for another show, man. See you next time.
Peace.
You are locked into Urban iPlayer Radio, the world's first urban podcast network.